this is still going on!
It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
Oh! You never loved me.
Alright, 1 second. Let me get my ibuprofen. Heyo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and today we're going to answer the question, did the adventures of Kid Danger start off well? I have a few things I want to shout out today, dare I be a smidge narcissistic, is the banners I've been making for myself and others. I've been working on them on and off for the past month or so now, and I wanted to share them with you. Feel free to drop a like on these on Twitter with the link down below. And the other shout out I wanted to give is to this here. This is a commission done by Dynamo Toon that has gotten incredible support on Twitter, which shows me and my friends slash peer reviewers, Shadow Streak, the one and only CR Martin, Gem Reviews, Nintendo, and the Crimson Mayhem. It's a really good art piece, and if you could, and if you have a Twitter account, make sure to give it some support on Twitter. Dynamo Toon did a really good job on it. And lastly, I would be amiss if I didn't mention all of the support we have gotten on the first podcast episode. I have seen a lot of legit criticism as well as a lot of comments. Whether it was legit criticism or compliments, I genuinely do appreciate all of it. It was our first episode, it was a little late, and I was kind of iffy on if a podcast would work on my channel, but I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. Now, let's get into the video. So the series came from the success of Henry Danger, and to those of you like me, who may not watch Nickelodeon, let alone their live action, you may think that their live action shows can't possibly do well. Well, based off of the ratings of Nick and More, a great site by the way, Henry Danger was the best live action show based off of ratings in 2017. So of course they want to keep that popularity going with the animated show. However, just look at this style. It looks like something I would see in a mashup game of Woo's World and Habbo Hotel with a dash of Go Animate. I've seen comparisons of this show to Johnny Test, and can I just say, I get it in like later seasons, but I'm 100% sure that Johnny Test did not start out the way this episode did. The episode starts off with
Henry! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, I'm up!
oh, well, anyway, Henry gets dressed and busts through the door, bringing bagels as per the orders of Captain Man, who is down in their superhero lair, trying to find two identical pieces of popcorn. There is no motivation for this, except that because it's Nickelodeon, we are talking about for the sake of zany, wacky randomness. I mean, you could say it's funny comparing two pieces of popcorn. That could be a joke, right? You know what's funnier though? A school bus getting hijacked and the entire crew no-selling it. I mean, it's just kids, they're replaceable.
The third law of thermopopcornial dynamics clearly states it is impossible for any two pieces of popcorn to be exactly identical.
Nice to know that our educational system is top-notch. I mean, just look at this place. It looks like random assets just scattered throughout the room. The background has a painfully obvious moment of looping all around, and they pull random things out of midair just to keep the plot moving. This is really like late season of Johnny Test, I suppose. Not only that, in our first episode, we aren't introduced to a lot of things, and I guess they're banking off the popularity of Henry Danger in fairness. But take a look at Unikitty. I haven't seen the Lego movie, but I do understand her character, and I had understood it within the first episode. I didn't have the entire picture, but blatant questions like, what's her personality like? What does she do? Why should I care? Are things I never felt were left unanswered there. Whereas here, I have no idea why they're superheroes, are they even superheroes, and why that girl is down there in a lair with two adults by herself. But moving on past this, I want to note that the Snyder's baglery is a reference, and I gotta say, Dan, you really put your best foot forward there. They decided to go to a movie theater and check the popcorn there for identical matches.
But what about the school bus? The kids?
Oh yeah.
Yes, what about the kids who are in a hijacked bus? I guess we should save them, right? Now, I'm going to assume the whole superhero aspect is a tacked on feature and the true theme of this show is just going to be about two or more bro dudes who mess things up but make up for it in the end. Nickelodeon has done this before, and there are shows like this that I like that do use this concept. However, it does appear that there are some ulterior motives with this show, and I'm not talking about money per se, as all shows are designed from the ground up on these networks to make money. So obvious Spider-Man reference, or Spooderman meme used completely wrong, they quote-unquote inspect said popcorn. And by inspect...
All right, here we come.
Hey,
Let's see your
that's
corn.
like popcorn.
Make with the corn, lady. Let's just relax.
Hey,
Did you wash your hands?
Show me your bucket.
We can do this here, we can do it downtown, pal.
I mean, be generally unpleasant for the sake of personal gain. And also, look at that animation. Truly groundbreaking. Just for kids, am I right?
Okay, kids, now I'm gonna go steal some snacks. Anybody want anything? Fine, be right back.
This is one of the nicest criminals ever. Not only is he asking if anyone wants anything, but he's not going to have them pay for it. I like this guy. Not making me go to school, giving me the snacks I want. This guy is much better than the actual main characters. So Charlotte, instead of calling the cops, hijacks the bus because law, driving over the gas pumps and escaping before they blow up. They use the tired and untrue "we're okay" gag, which I really don't like. And we get back to these two, sitting covered in popcorn, trying to find two pieces because comedy. Look at that fluid motion by one of the leaders in television animation, right?
I guess we should go tell Charlotte that she was right and we were wrong.
We can use this special device to make an exact duplicate of anything.
Have you had that the whole time?
Yeah, I should have mentioned it.
Alright, I am kind of seeing the comparisons to Johnny Tests, but still, it wasn't as bad as this when it started out. I promise. I'm willing to put bamboo money on it. At least there was some personality behind the show when it started. So by shooting these clearly there before pieces of popcorn, they make an identical piece, but it grows evil because of course it does. And it bites the nose of Henry, and because Henry has never had a bug crawl in him before, he's powerless to this piece of popcorn, and justifiably gets punched in the face by Captain Man. I don't know, man. I think you truly deserve that.
Jumped in the butter.
What's it doing?
It's drinking all the butter. Whoa, now what's happening?
I think, expansion!
Expansion? What is that?
And people say that I describe things too much. So here's the true villain of the week. You may be thinking, Jay, what about the other lovable criminal? Well, he got off scot-free. Some may even say he developed his own sitcom. So we get a laughably bad scene. At least the scene in the Little Panda Fighter had some sort of trial and error. How do you manage to top the mockbuster with how little effort you're giving?
Take this! Oh. I don't understand why you're not falling down.
Danger! Use your super fast reflexes!
Well, duh!
Nice that you have to remind a superhero of his powers. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Charlotte crashes through the monster and all of the kids have brain damage. Their parents are worried and the school or home they were going to is robbed and blah blah blah.
Excuse me? I'm the one who drove the bus into that monster!
Geez, can you tone it back there, Sir Shrieks a lot?
We created the monster
So, without us, there never would have even been a monster.
for you to drive a bus into.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I'm not sure if that's the characters or the writers at this point.
Kid Danger?
Yeah?
What? What do you want?
Geez, fine, screw you then. Also, this kid seems to be a bit in a pickle. But the episode ends with the kids eating the carcass, their words, not mine, of the popcorn monster, and the original mutated popcorn rides away on a pigeon, and this face. And that was Popcorn Monster. Everything about this screams bland. It's honestly one of my shorter reviews that I've made for good reason. It's very bland, it's very generic, and nothing about it was interesting except for the fact that it was an animated show based off of their very popular Henry Danger show. I hope this doesn't mean that Dan is extending his reach into the animated realm. God, I hope not. Nickelodeon has some really good animated shows, and I don't want their new ones to be based off of the bland writing, terrible motivation, questionable likability, and god-awful acting that is their live action. And if you didn't know and you couldn't deduce the answer from my question and the title of the video, no, this series did not start off well. I have hopes that it will probably get better with time. I mean, this is the first episode, and it could develop into something, but I don't have high hopes, as this show is most likely coasting off the fact that it came off of one of the most popular shows of Nickelodeon last year. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below, follow me at the ALPHAJ Show, and go into my request video for anything else you think I should cover. If you really like this video, you should check out my entire Did This Start Off Well playlist for more videos like this. Make sure to subscribe and feel free to consider my Patreon. As always, I hope your time is well spent, and Alpha out.